I draw my OCs a lot. It's about time you do too.
And if you don't know how to, this is a tutorial on how you do that.
The main 7 though, not like backslash or run command because fuck you.
I'm about to blow.
So when drawing Sonic, the protagonist of the series, you want to start with his head. His head is broken down to a low poly version of a human head, and his face is 2 dots at different height levels with a sideways T, as with the mouth. His hoodie should be baggy, considering he's a chibi, and same goes for the pantaloons as well. But with his pants, make them fold up on the bottom where they meet the shoes. And speaking of the shoes, just like draw the Mega Man feet, not a round line in the middle of it for like the end of the shoes or whatever. You can detail them more as well as just his whole figure, but I don't. With his axe, just make it like the lumber axe, you know, like the basic axe when you think of an axe. It is mistraded to be bigger, not longer bigger, but you know, you don't really have to do that either. His crown should be a 9-pointed crown with his name on it. His color palette is actually like one of my favorite color palettes. I think it's really good. It's maroon, dark purple, orange, blue, and yellow orange. Not really much to add here for his design, other than the fact that he has a muscular or broad build rather than a skinny or fat one. Next up is Smiley. I have no clue why I decided to start drawing the feet, but we ball. Anyways, Smiley has a pair of Crocs, basketball shorts, a t-shirt with elbow-length sleeves, and a bandana neck scarf thing. They also have white gloves that honestly look like fish. All of their body, and I mean all of it, is except their head, is inky black and skinny. Their head is covered in dark flames, except for the smile, which seems that it's chaotically yet kneeling to the shape of the flames, while the eyes stay unbound by them. They are stubborn and they are strong. They are much taller than Sonic, and their feet can never touch the ground, not because they don't want to, but because the earth will literally never allow them to. Reasons why are unknown yet. They also have a book bag, which when opened allows them to supply an endless amount of like dark flames that surround their head to it. Why? I'm not telling, I ain't no snitch. But with their color palette, I just didn't really draw it. I don't know why I didn't. Yeah. But it is a dark green for the shirt, and then you turn that dark green a little more yellow, and that's like the scarf thing that they have around their neck. Their shorts should just be dark gray. And their Crocs are like a dark blue, and the book bag is the lightest thing. I can't talk. And it is light brown. Next up is Robo, and for her design, it's pretty simple, honestly. I think she has one of the more simpler designs, but her body is like a dress thing to start us off, and it goes to about her knees, or where her knees should be. She doesn't have knees. And it has a speaker in her chest, which is how she talks, right? She doesn't have a mouth. But anytime I've drawn her with one, it's just to convey her emotions better, because I'm not really good at that actually. And then for her like hair, she has like pigtails which float, like, you know, because of electromagnetism. That's how she. That's what. But as her entire like persona, sort of, it's like electromagnetism is how she like functions. But with her hair, it's like a bunch of chunks of metal, all like mushed
When they don't have an
into like a
expression,
kind of like
it
a
makes
ball
them
shape, or like at least like a hair shape,
as in which
with some like
Smiley, if you
circuitry
think
and some
about
like
it,
wires kind of in there as well.
so far from what we've
because I
seen,
need
from them,
some
they are
color in
pretty
there.
terrifying. Not like
And
on
so
the
she doesn't
big
have
blue
any
guys level,
joints,
but
right?
still.
And the reason behind this is because electromagnetism. I know the answer to everything. She also floats off the ground because electromagnetism. I know, right? Ingenious. But yeah, that's kind of like it, right? She does have hands, but they're just hands without like the vertexes. You know what I'm saying? or the joints. The joints is the correct word. Joints is the correct word. But then we get to like her back, which if you don't know, which you probably don't know, right? Because I haven't really been showing off how powers work here. Her back is sort of like an entire arsenal, right? Her in general, she is an entire arsenal of just like weapons, but they are 100% going to be attached to her. Except they aren't, because there's like bars or connectors that can unconnect or disconnect from the weapon itself, and she can use it kind of like, you know, however she wants. And it won't be on her back either, which is cool. But the thing with this is that I haven't designed any of the weapons yet, so you can just kind of like do whatever you want with the weapons, you know, because again, she's an arsenal. I'd be surprised what I can, you know, find out she has in her back. But yeah. Also, just a quick tip for her, right? If you wanna like draw her more expressively, 100% use a mouth. She's, again, though she doesn't have one, but her insides, right? Because like there's like the shell and then there's like everything else inside of her. It's purely energy, so it'll be like a light blue color, right? That'll be the light blue color. Also, if you're wondering for some reason what her color palette is, yellow with some brown in there, and her eyes are blue, light blue. Yeah, that's her entire color palette. It's light blue, titanium white, or like a banana color, right? With like a titanium white with like a bit of yellow in it, and then brown hair. That's it. That's the entire thing, right? Or like light brown hair, more like light, or you get my point. Okay, next up we got Lambie, and for her, she's probably one of the more complicated designs, but getting right to it, she has horns, obviously, and she has really long hair, like really long hair. It's like curly, I think. I don't know what the type would be, just like very like fluffy, curly, something like that, you know. And then with or like face shape, it shouldn't like necessarily be like completely like Minecraft Steve square, but it should be like rectangular, you know what I'm saying? I over accentuate it. You don't have to over accentuate it if you don't want to, but you know what, that's just what I do. She has a tail. She usually hides it, but for this I decided to make her not hide it, and it's like just as fluffy and curly, if not more than her hair, you know. And then she usually is like wearing something. She's usually wearing a pretty good fit, I'm not gonna lie. For this one, I didn't know what to do with her for the fit, and I just kind of drew her with one of Klotz fits. Yeah, that's it. The difference is that I added like leggings or like stockings or whatever they're called. I'm not into women's fashion wear. I'm sorry, it's my fault. And then she also does have piercings for her horns, because she's like that kind of like she's like fashionable, but she's also like gothic, if that makes sense, but like half the time, right? Half the time. So yeah, and I 100% love seeing her with like, you know, like really good looking outfits, like that time I drew her in like that sparkly red dress, or when she was drinking like coffee or something like that. She looked really good in them. Right? And if you are planning to like draw her, right? If you're planning to draw her, I 100% suggest you go on a Pinterest or something like that and literally just look up fashionable woman wear, and then do like one of the first things you find, right? That's what I did. That's what I still do, actually. But yeah, I'm really excited to see the drawings for this, because I need outfits for her badly. And if you can actually come up with them, that's even cooler, I'm not gonna lie. Moving on to her color palette, though, it's pretty simple. It's kind of like Sanix, but you take out the maroon and replace it with like a pale white-ish like skin color, like something you'd expect a very white person to have, you know, like me, but like whiter, which is kind of impossible. I'm not gonna lie. And then another thing with her color palette, make it darker except for her skin color and the little bit of her hair, which is like brown or like blonde or something. I don't remember what color I made it, I'm gonna be honest. And yeah, that's it. That's about it for her color palette. Make sure her skin looks glowing, right? Because that's like a core part of her character, or at least her design. But yeah.
Next up is my goat, Crow. You do not understand why she's my favorite character, and I will never explain. But for her design, you want like a curved beak, right? And headphones, obviously. You can make them any color. She has basically any color headphones. And then her hair, there should be like one strand poking out. That should be on the right side of her face. And the rest of her hair should just be like pushed back in the back. And then moving on to her fit, she just has 2 outfits usually, and the 2 outfits are going to be her work fit, which is a white button up with very baggy jeans, and just like Sonic, pull them up at the bottom. She doesn't have shoes, and this is like a tactical reason, and also because none of them fit her. Which, having like claws, yeah, I would assume nothing fits you. But yeah, I think that's basically it. Oh wait, the other work fit. The other work fit is a green sweater with a skirt. And I know the two are kind of like, you know, dangerously different, but trust me, it works. It just works. I don't know. With her disabilities though, she's deaf, right? She's fully deaf, and her right eye is blind. So the picture right here, I wasn't thinking properly about it when I was making this, but like halfway through I realized, oh crap, she's pointing at the deaf person, or she's pointing at a person from the blind part of her vision, right? Because birds have like that type of vision where they can't see right in front of them. So that's a little awkward, I guess. But she does have like her own type of echolocation, which is called vibration. Vibration. I've never tried pronouncing it before. Jeez. But yeah, and with her color palette, it is a dark purple with a white and a dark blue and a darker purple than the purple before that, and a gray and a black. But yeah, and then the fit is, like I said before, green with a much more purpley skirt. And that's basically it. Yeah. And for our second to last character, we have Mark, the robotic shark. It rhymes. Yes, that's the only reason I named him, is because it rhymes. But with his design, you are going to want to have like a pointed snout, or it should be like cut off at the end, not actually pointed. And then 2 eyes, and unless you're making him forward faced, one should always float off from the actual like body, and it's like a stylist thing, and you don't have to do it, but you know me, I gotta make him look different. And he usually looks pretty happy, unless he's picked up and he's not happy. But he also has a orange hat and a pair of shorts, like the same that Smiley has, like the basketball shorts. With his tail, it should just be like a lizard tail, and then you have to add a boomerang to the end of it, and that's about it. And if you want to draw his hands in like the same style that I do, just do two little triangles pointing at each other. I don't know why I did that, but it does look good. It looks good. It's pretty good. And then with his feet, 2 little stumps. That's it.
And yes, he actually walks around on 2 legs. A lot of people don't know that. And the little screws or little freckle things you see on the side of his head, those aren't freckles, those are screws. But believe it or not, he's actually piloted. He's a mech, right? Like the design that you look at when you think of Mark the Shark, that's a mech, right? The actual dude, his name's Mark, and then it's the shark. That's the mech, you know. The shark is the mech, and then Mark is the actual dude piloting it. But he's like a little like endoskeleton, you know, like wireframe robotic kind of guy, and he has like a button on top of his head, a red button on top of his head, orange eyes and orange teeth, and that's honestly about it. With the color palettes, it's light blue, dark blue, like a very light blue, and then orange, dark gray, and a very desaturated maroon for the robotic guy. I just did dark gray for him because I didn't have a desaturated maroon, but yeah.
And finally, we have Peacekeeper. With his design, it's on night, obviously. His helmet, if you're wondering how to do that, is just a normal helmet shape, but you cut out 2 diagonal almond shapes on either side on the top, I guess. And he has this weird like mohawk or like metal thing on the top of his head. And then with his eyes, right? Because sometimes his eyes do show in the helmet. It's only his left one, and it should be a triangle with like a double triangle pupil. If that makes sense, because he's usually like not fully opening it all the way, but when he is, it is a diamond shape. Moving past that though, his armor should just be like typical like knight armor, not anything like super duper insane or spiky or unpractical. He does have a red cape, and he has like a blood red gem, or like, yeah, it's a gem, holding the cape as like a crest or something like that. And he usually uses the cape to just sort of like hide his keyblade from his enemies, because he doesn't want them to know that he has like a weapon, obviously. And his feet are literally just the Mega Man feet. Yeah, that's it. He also has like a pattern on his chest, which I wasn't able to draw here, but it's sort of shaped like a Star Wars spaceship, I guess. I don't know how to explain it other than that. It's shaped like Han Solo's spaceship, sort of, but it from like a top point view. Okay, that's what it's shaped like. For his color palette, it's just like bronzes and golds. The gold is for the keyblade, and the bronze should be for the armor. And there should be a darker bronze for the metal thing on top of his head. The cape and the crest should be like a red, and the like insides, the cracks in between his armor, you know, that you see, should just be pitch black, you know. And I think that's it. My bad if that's not.
Hey, you made it again. Good job. Make sure to subscribe and leave down a comment on what your favorite Dweebi Chibi character is.
Still here. I don't have an outro, dude.